Sphere, UFC 306, Riyadh season, Noche UFC. We're celebrating Mexican Independence Day, but it's at Sphere, Paul. So what are your expectations for next week?
Craziness. I think we're going to see a spectacle like we've never seen. I know that the guys behind the scenes have been working their tails off to make sure that this is going to be something that has never been seen before and will never be seen again. This is a one-time thing that Dana and the crew are doing. They're throwing all the chips into the center of the table for this one, and I think it's going to be incredible. I know all the hard work is going to pay off for all the production, the value of it. It's just going to be, it's also going to really, I think, bring the absolute best out of all of these fighters, because when you're in that atmosphere, it's good. Atmosphere, you get it?
Yeah, oh, you see what he did there?
Atmosphere. Shows nightly, folks. Step your way through.
No, but he's right about that, bringing this level of excitement, because it is in the Sphere. I mean, it's almost like the first show after COVID, right? Like that first show after COVID in Jacksonville, everybody was fighting hard. It was madness. And I think the same thing's going to happen at the Sphere. And from the production side, I've been here all week, and every time I mention the Spheres from anybody on the production side, like their face was just like,
yeah,
like,
that's also
like the amount of work, that's what I'm saying. The amount of work that they're putting in to make this thing magical is like, and I can't believe it. So I am so excited to be able to go there and watch this.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. All right, so not only is the environment going to be incredible, but how about the fights? Let's get into this main event, Paul. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. We've been waiting for this one for a while.
We've been waiting. These guys have been chirping at each other, trying to get this fight for the longest time. There's been so many fun little antics that have happened, that the Michael Jackson-looking jacket in the cage. Even the video, do you guys remember the video where Merab was at like the hotel shadowboxing in the rain and Sean O'Malley filming it?
Yes.
He didn't know it was Merab.
Exactly.
Merab
like,
didn't know he was being filmed. These guys have been destined to fight each other for a long time. The styles, it's going to make such an incredible fight. Merab's just an absolute maniac who's got to charge for, go through the fire to try to get the takedowns and put a pressure on him. And Sean O'Malley is a superstar with slick striking. He's going to sit on the outside, look to use those front kicks, use those long reach that he's got. Something's got to give, and that's what we're going to find out. I think it's really going to be an incredible fight.
Yeah, and I think we're going to know right away, too. I think if Merab is able to get his hands on Sean early, then I think that's going to tell the entire story of the fight. And if he can't, I think that's going to tell. I can't see a back-and-forth fight here, because their styles are so different and they're so strong at their offenses that I just can't imagine it going back and forth. And as sharp as Sean O'Malley is, like that shot that he hit Aljamain Sterling with, that right hand just eagle-eyed him, just bang. Merab is more susceptible to getting hit than Aljamain, and he's shorter and he's going to have a harder time getting in. So Merab, to me, this comes down to what is Merab doing in training to be able to deal with that length.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a fair question. Fair question. We'll find out. Of course, before that main event, though, the co-main event is also a title fight. This time, flyweight champ Alexa Grasso putting her title on the line against the former champ Valentina Shevchenko. Dean, it is the trilogy, the first women's trilogy in the UFC. We had a face crank where Grasso won the first one. Then we had a draw. So what are you expecting for the third time?
Oh, I can't wait. The third time's a charm. And I think we're going to finally get some closure on who is the better fighter between these two females. And these are the best two females in the division. And I think that's pretty clear. It's 1A, 1B. Yeah. But I think when they get inside that cage, they know each other so well. They spent so much time with each other in the cage that they know how to prepare for each other. You know, Valentina's going to go, all right, I can take her down. I can take her down. And Alexa Grasso is going to say, she can take me down. So how do I deal with that? Do I defend the takedowns, or do I focus on getting my jiu-jitsu better? Because she does have a lot of good jiu-jitsu people in her camp. Think about that. Like, she's got a lot of good jiu-jitsu people in her camp that may be able to nullify some of them takedowns. Almost similar to the way Gilbert Burns handled Brady tonight on some of them takedowns with those sweeps and just being able to misdirect the energy. So it's going to be very interesting from an X's and O's perspective on how this fight plays out.
Yeah, because they've both shown that they know the game plan that they need to win in those two fights, right? They've fought each other long enough now where they had success. Obviously, Grasso, the only one to go out there and get a finish. But, I mean, Valentina bounced back pretty strong and showed that she can go in there and go 5 rounds with her. Can she sharpen up the striking a little bit to be able to deal with the boxing that she had troubles with Alexa Grasso? And like you said, where is the focus going to be for Grasso? I think it's going to be on the takedown defense. I think it's got to be on, I can't get taken down that often against Valentina, because that is what almost lost her that second fight.
And I think if she does focus on that, I think that has to be a footwork issue.
Yeah.
Because she tends to sometimes get a little planted. Great defense in terms of striking. Like, her hands are high. She's very stable in her stance. But I think if she's going to avoid some takedowns, she's got to add a little bit more movement so that she can see the shot coming from a little further away.
I will say Valentina seems to be probably the most mentally unshakable woman on the planet. But with that in mind, a crowd full of people supporting the Mexican fighter, I mean, that is going to be something to contend with, too, at no tape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.